Signs that indicate the presence of God in your life. Dependence on God. When you carry God's presence, you rely more on God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. The presence of God reveals your fragility and desperate need for Him. As you know Him more, you realize your dependence on Him. Spending time in God's presence acknowledges your need for His help, guidance, and leadership. You recognize that you cannot navigate life without Him, and your complete dependency on the Lord becomes evident. Shift in perspective on time and eternity. Carrying God's presence changes your view of temporal and eternal matters. You begin to focus more on eternal things rather than temporary ones. The teachings of Jesus in Mark chapter 8 verse 36 emphasize the insignificance of gaining the whole world at the expense of losing one's soul. The presence of God redirects your mindset towards eternal values, prompting you to prioritize spiritual matters over earthly desires. Transformed perspective on sin. Before encountering God's presence, sin may not be perceived as a significant issue. However, as you abide in God's presence, your understanding of sin deepens. You recognize sin's deceptive nature and its destructive impact on life. The Holy Spirit working in you opens your eyes to the true nature of sin, leading to a change in your perspective. You begin to hate sin and desire righteousness and holiness. These signs demonstrate the presence of God in your life. God's presence is not merely shown through miraculous acts or grand achievements but through the transformation of your character and the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 to 23 lists the fruits of the Spirit, including love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The presence of God manifests in your life through the evident presence of these fruits. Circumstances. It is a deep sense of calm and tranquility that comes from knowing that God is in control and that He is with you every step of the way. This peace surpasses all understanding and can sustain you even in the midst of chaos. Are you able to maintain peace in the face of challenges? Do you find yourself trusting in God's faithfulness and resting in His promises? The presence of God in your life will bring about a peace that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. Forbearance, or patience, is another fruit of the Spirit that is evidence of God's presence. Patience is the ability to remain calm and composed in difficult situations, to endure and persevere through trials and tribulations. It is not easily provoked or quick to anger. Kindness and goodness are virtues that stem from the presence of God in your life. When you carry His presence, you will exhibit genuine care and concern for others. You will be quick to show acts of kindness and compassion, seeking to do good and bless those around you. Faithfulness is another fruit of the Spirit that reflects the presence of God. It is being reliable, trustworthy, and true to your word. When you carry God's presence, you will strive to live a life of integrity, honoring your commitments and being faithful in your relationships. Gentleness is a characteristic that flows from the presence of God. It is the ability to be tender and compassionate towards others, to handle situations with grace and humility. When you carry God's presence, you will exhibit gentleness in your interactions, treating others with kindness and respect. Self-control is the final fruit of the Spirit that reveals God's presence in your life. It is the ability to exercise restraint over your desires, emotions, and actions. When you carry God's presence, you will have the strength and discipline to resist temptation, to control your anger, and to make wise choices. These fruits of the Spirit are not produced by our own efforts but are the result of the Holy Spirit working in us. When we abide in God's presence and allow His Spirit to guide and transform us, these fruits naturally manifest in our lives. If you carry the presence of God, you will exhibit a deep dependency on Him, a shift in your perspective of time and eternity, and a change in your view of sin. Additionally, the fruits of the Spirit, such as love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, will be evident in your life. These signs are a testament to the transformative power of God's presence and the work of His Spirit within you. May you continually seek and cultivate God's presence in your life, allowing Him to mold and shape you into His image. Wisdom. The presence of God brings wisdom and discernment. When you carry His presence, you have access to divine wisdom that goes beyond human understanding. This wisdom helps you make sound decisions, navigate challenges, and understand the deeper truths of life. Humility. God's presence humbles the heart. When you recognize the greatness and holiness of God, it naturally leads to humility. You acknowledge your dependence on Him and recognize that all good things come from Him. This humility enables you to treat others with respect, kindness, and empathy. Boldness. The presence of God instills courage and boldness. When you carry His presence, you are empowered to speak the truth in love, stand up for righteousness, and face challenges without fear. You trust in God's strength and guidance, knowing that He is with you and will equip you for every task. Gratitude. God's presence fills your heart with gratitude and thankfulness. When you recognize His goodness, faithfulness, and provision in your life, it leads to a deep sense of gratitude. You develop a habit of giving thanks in all circumstances, knowing that every good gift comes from God. Forgiveness. The presence of God fosters a forgiving spirit. When you carry His presence, you understand the depth of God's forgiveness towards you, and it compels you to extend forgiveness to others. You let go of grudges, resentments, and bitterness, and seek reconciliation and restoration in relationships. Servanthood. God's presence molds you into a servant-hearted individual. When you carry His presence, you develop a heart to serve and bless others. You look for opportunities to be a light in the world, to meet the needs of those around you, and to make a positive impact in your community. Hope. The presence of God fills you with hope and assurance. When you carry His presence, you have confidence in His promises and trust in His plans for your life. Even in difficult times, you hold on to the hope that God is working all things together for your good. Spiritual discernment. God's presence sharpens your spiritual discernment. When you carry His presence, you become sensitive to His voice and leading. You can discern between truth and deception, recognize the promptings of the Holy Spirit, and discern the spiritual atmosphere around you. Remember, carrying the presence of God is not a one-time event but a continual journey of growing in your relationship with Him. As you seek Him, spend time in His presence through prayer, worship, and studying His Word, you will experience His transformative power and see these characteristics increasingly evident in your life. Thank you for taking the time to watch our YouTube video. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you did, we kindly request that you consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. Subscribing to our channel is the best way to stay updated on all our latest videos. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll never miss out on the exciting content we have planned. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. By doing so, you'll receive instant alerts whenever we upload a new video, ensuring that you're always among the first to watch our latest content. It's the perfect way to stay connected and be a part of our growing community. We greatly value your support and feedback, as it inspires us to continue creating high-quality videos that resonate with our viewers. So please, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.